Can I request a volunteer to give us an opening prayer? I'm not going to call by name. Just one volunteer, please. Unmute yourself.
Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father, King of glory, we thank you for this time you've given us, Father. We bless your holy name, Lord. I believe, Lord, that your Spirit is leading us in everything. Father, we pray, Father, for the knowledge, mighty Father, to increase in us this evening, Father. We pray, mighty Father, to be guided of you. Holy Spirit, guide each and every one, our teacher, all the students, Father, Lord. Let us improve, Father, Lord, to the understanding of ICT in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I've prayed and believed. Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
Let me thank the volunteer who has led us through this prayer.
Amen.
And request everyone, please. Sometimes we have a noisy background. Just please mute yourself. Please mute yourself so that we don't get noise coming from the background. We left off when we were still looking at developing a presentation. And we are going to continue. We are going to continue with the option of developing a presentation. But before I can continue, last week we left an activity, and that was the activity. You've been selected to sensitize the community about the COVID-19 pandemic. We requested you to use presentation software. To deliver your presentation. And that was what we requested for. Slide 1, a title slide with you as a presenter, introduction and definition about the subject. We then asked for you to outline the symptoms, signs and symptoms, which measures can we take? What is your role in fighting COVID? And what advice can you give the Ministry of Education on how to open the educational institutions in this COVID pandemic? Now, and then we finally said, format your work appropriately. In slide 3, use a 2-content slide layout. Apply a uniform background. Make sure the school's name appears as a footer. We hadn't yet looked at footers. Let us neglect that. But at least the first three. So format your work appropriately. 2-content slide layout. Are there volunteers who would like to share with us what they came up with? 1 or 2 volunteers. 1 or 2 volunteers to show us what they produced. We have been to the Padlet, we have seen the work that you submitted, but do we have volunteers here? 1 or 2 to show us what they did. I can stop sharing my screen and I ask someone to share. I give someone co-host rights, you share the screen and we see what you came up with. Do we have someone using a phone, a laptop, and he displays for us the presentation? I'm waiting for a hand. I want to see 1 hand or 2, and I give them a chance to show us what they have come up with. By the way, you're presenting on Saturday in the mathematics seminar. So this is the time to try out your presentation skills. We are going to add more items that can help you improve on your presentation. I'm not seeing a hand coming up. Didn't people do the work? Didn't people go to the Padlet to do the activity? I'm not seeing any hand coming up. Yes, please.
So how do you use the homework Padlet and how do you access it?
Okay, we shall do this at the end of the lesson. I will take you through in the last 20 minutes of how we can access the Padlet and then how we can do the work. Someone is saying, people mute yourselves, Banange. Some of us are disturbed by that noise. Please mute, 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 mute. Sister Mary, are you seeing any person putting up a hand?
Yeah, there is nobody.
Hey, there is nobody putting up a hand.
Yes.
Oh, it seems they feared the work. Please, when we give you an assignment, try these assignments to help you practice on what we have given you, because there is this concept of paper 2, where you do the practical work. There is also paper 1, where you need to do the practical theory. Whatever we are doing here can be asked. Whatever we are doing here can be asked in paper 1. So don't take the issues that we are dealing with here for granted, because they will help you in future. Okay, maybe later on, someone will come up and show us something. So let us move on to the option of developing a presentation. Let us continue further. See how we can develop our presentation from what we discovered last week. I had someone say something.
Yes, I'm the one.
Okay, go ahead.
There is also one problem. Problem is that majority of the people do have phones. They don't have the laptop. So accessing it on the, like doing the presentation on the phone is kinda funny. I don't know how to say it, but maybe you help to guide us on that one.
Okay, fine. Point noted. Point noted. Let me see what we can do. Yes, please.
So I would like to see the question.
Oh, the question. Now the question is in 3 slides. Okay, I will display the question towards the end. I'll display the question towards the end. And then I will also take you to the Padlet where that question is. I hope that one is okay. Tumijuche, Tumijuche, your hand is up. Tumijuche, your hand is up.
Miss Ajala.
Yes, sister. Tumijuche, unmute.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening. How are you?
So I would like to share with you my presentation.
Okay, that is very good. That is very good. Wonderful. Let me look for you.
Flowers.
Okay. I've given you the rights to start your presentation. I've given you the rights. Tumijuche, I'm waiting for you to share your screen.
Okay. Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
I'm having an issue now to present. Maybe you can continue when I learn how to, then I'll gain in front.
Hey. Oh, okay, let me ask you, are you using a phone or you're using a laptop?
A phone.
A phone.
Yes. But I want to
Okay.
move to the laptop.
You want to move to the laptop?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Let me just continue when you're ready.
Mr.
Oh,
Jala,
yes, please.
there is the Alexander is saying that I have done the work.
Sister, your volume is low. Sister, your volume is low.
There is when you a chat. Am I here now? Hello?
I'm seeing someone trying to share, but I
Yes.
don't know who is sharing. Okay. Let us continue with the lesson. Let us continue with the lesson. Let us.
There is a student having a post and the Alexander and he has a
Sister, your volume is too low. Sister, your volume is too low. Okay, let us continue with our presentation, members. And we learned how to format our slides. We learned how to add content onto our slides. Now here we are looking at a slide. Here we are looking at copying a slide. In your opinion, what do you think copying a slide is? In your opinion, what do you think copying a slide is? What is copying a slide? What will we expect as we are copying the slide? What will we expect as we are copying the slide? Hello? Please put up your hand. Please put up your hand if you want to say something. Put up your hand if you want to say something. Put up your hand, please. Copying a slide. What do you think we mean by copying a slide? Yes, Anzo Ben.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening, Ben.
About not putting up my hand, I thought we were allowed to. Good evening, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to copy a slide. Like, it's like like applications, computer applications. Yeah, the one we're doing right now. That is the Microsoft PowerPoint. When they tell you to copy a slide, that means you can move that slide from the current location in which the slide is to another location. For example, you can copy the slide from the current presentation to a new presentation. Yeah. Yes. Of course, to move it to that new presentation, you have to like paste it. To copy it is like a Control S. Then you create a new presentation using Control N. Then you can paste it there. Or if not that, you can again copy a slide from Microsoft PowerPoint. You can take it to MS Word. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Ben was saying copying a slide is like moving a slide. Okay. Jovet, unmute and tell us. And then I will get Victor after Jovet. Jovet, unmute. Sorry, Jovet, unmute.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm fine. I think to copy a slide, is like to maybe copy the contents on that slide, like you press control, and you select the content, then you press control, you copy.
Okay, thank you, Jovet. Grace, you can unmute yourself.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening, Grace. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Mm.
So what I think copying a slide is like making a copy of the original slide. It's like copying the content on one side onto the other.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Members, please let us mute ourselves. John Stephen has said making a copy of the original slide. That is one answer I've seen. Yes. Okay, let us continue. When we copy a slide, we produce a duplicate copy of the original slide. We are producing a duplicate copy of the original slide. That is copying a slide. And in the process of copying a slide, there are steps that we have to follow. There are steps that we have to follow. And we are going to do this practically. I'm just taking you through. We first of all select the thumbnail of the slide that we want to copy. When I talk about the thumbnail of the slide that we want to copy, there is a slide pane which we need to know. So here, this section here is our slide pane, or we can as well call it the slide tab. So we are saying we need to copy. We need to select the slide of our interest. And you can see there is a very big border surrounding any slide that you have selected. A thick border surrounds the slide that you have selected. So when I click, I'm selecting a slide. So these are what we refer to as the thumbnails. The thumbnails, small miniature images. Small miniature images. So, for example, we are saying, select the thumbnail of the slide you want to copy. And selecting it with the pointer, and you click on the slide. And then you have three options to use. Option number one. If you are good at using the keyboard, you will press Ctrl+C. That is if you're good at using the keyboard. Or if you want to use the mouse, then on the home tab, what we call the home tab are these menus up here. There is a home, there is insert, there is design, there is a slideshow, there is you have very many. There is animations, there is review. These are what we refer to as the menus. So we click on the home, but under home we have groupings. Actually, in all these many options, we have groups. For example, we are in slideshow. A group is marked by this line separating one group from another group. So here, how many groups do we have? Under slideshow, there is a group for monitors, there is a group for setup, there is a group for show. So when we talk about the clipboard group on the home tab, you have to come back to the home tab and look at your interface. Look at your interface. This is our interface. the entire screen is our interface. Look at your interface. Identify where we have the clipboard group. And inside the clipboard group, there are buttons. For example, this is a slides group. There are buttons. This button will insert a new slide. This button will be for layout. Now, some of these buttons don't have names beside them. So how will you understand what the button is supposed to do? For example, look at these buttons under font here. They don't have names beside them, but when I point there, I understand what that button is going to do. So under the clipboard group, we need to look for the copy button in Home tab. So we can select it, and the moment we select it, for example, it is here. The moment I select it, nothing happens. The moment I select it, nothing happens. Why? I'm posing a question. I've clicked on copy, nothing has happened. Why? Can I get some answers? I've clicked on copy, nothing has happened. Where is my work? Yes, Ben.
Teacher, we clicked on copy, but nothing has happened because we didn't select the content on the slide. We are required to first select the slide content.
Okay. Yes, sister.
There is another hand from Helen.
Yes, Helen. Thank you, Ben. Helen, you can unmute yourself. Helen. Helen, you're not unmuting yourself. Your hand is up. Now, members, let me also show you, let me give you a trick. If you want to unmute yourself very quickly.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Helen, continue.
I think you have to first highlight the text you want to copy, and then you click the copy button.
Yes, thank you, Helen. But here we are. Our title for the slide says copying a slide. And I asked, we have clicked on the copy button. We started by selecting the slide that we want to copy. We are copying slide 22. I hope you can see that slide 22 is selected because it has a thick border around it. And then we went and pressed Ctrl+C, or we clicked on the copy button here. The clipboard is here. The clipboard group is here at the extreme left. The copy button is here. Now I'm saying, after copying, where is the work taken? Okay. Ben gave us an answer. Helen also gave us an answer. Now, when you copy, even when you cut, your work is taken to the clipboard, is temporarily stored in the clipboard. That is why you're seeing that group is called the clipboard group. So whatever you copy, whatever you cut is taken to the clipboard. So we have looked at, then let us look at also the third way. I can point in the slide that I have interest in, and I right click. And when I right click from the menu that comes up, I select copy. You can see that whenever we select, nothing happens. So everything is temporarily taken and stored to the clipboard. Now, after copying, what next? After copying, what next? We have to position the cursor where we want to paste. Where do you want to paste whatever you have copied? Where do you want to paste it? So I come, for example, if I want it in between slide 19 and slide 20, I'll come in between slide 19 and slide 20 and I click there. So when I click there, that is when I'll do these activities. Either I press Ctrl V on the keyboard, I select the paste button in the clipboard group. The paste button is here, very evident. Or I will again right click and select paste. So let us understand. Ctrl C is for copying. Ctrl V is for pasting. That is the keyboard shortcut when you're using a keyboard. If I'm using a mouse for copying, I'll click on the icon for copy. For pasting, I'll click on the icon for pasting. But you paste after positioning where you want to paste. So I click there, I right click, and then I say paste. Are you seeing that I have two copies of the same work? One is on slide 23, one is on slide 20. Both have the same. When I select both, they have the same content. So that is copying a slide. That is copying a slide.
Miss Angela.
Yes.
Miss Angela, there is a hand from Chintu.
Okay, Chintu, please unmute and ask.
Excuse me, teacher. I beg your pardon on the part of copying. I didn't really get you properly due to my network issues.
Oh, are you seeing those instructions?
Yes, teacher.
There are many ways we can copy a slide. Is that okay? But before we copy a slide, you must select the slide you want to copy. And I used an example of slide 22. I selected slide 22. These are different ways of copying. Please pick one way that you want to master to use, but it is also good to know all the ways. So I can start by pressing Ctrl C. You will not see any action because I've pressed my keyboard. You can't see any action. But the only two actions you will see are I can right click and select copy, or I can click on the copy button. Now I said whatever you copy is taken to the clipboard, and you will never see the effect of copying because the work is taken to the clipboard and it resides in a clipboard. The clipboard is a temporary storage area where our work is stored that we have copied. Then the next step is I want to paste the slide. I want to create a duplicate of the slide because we are saying copying is a duplicate, creating a duplicate. So I will first position the cursor where I want to paste. So I'm positioning it between slide 23 and slide 24. So I have to physically click there. And then I'm saying, if you are a master of the keyboard, you will select Ctrl V. That is if you are more used to using a keyboard. Or we select the paste command, the paste button. We select the paste button. So if I select the paste button, and then I come and finally click on paste, the slide is duplicated. The slide is another copy of a slide with the same content has appeared. So when I click on slide 22, it says copying a slide. When I click on slide 23, it says copying a slide. So I have two slides with the same content That is what we refer to as copying a slide. So that is that, copying a slide. Yes, Patience, you can unmute.
Teacher, I was wondering what is the difference between copying and moving?
Okay, you are that question is going to be answered in just a few seconds. Yes, Ben?
Thank you, sir. Teacher, thank you so much. I have got all the possible ways of copying the slide, but I wanted to flash back to the answer I gave some time back about first selecting the content on the slide. So does it mean selecting the content on the slide is not necessary because you haven't thought about it in PowerPoint, teacher? Thank you, sir.
Okay, now members, let us not confuse copying a slide and copying content on a slide. What we are dealing with now is copying an entire slide. We are copying all this. We are copying all this. Not copying a particular, we are not copying particular text on a slide. I want you to get that difference. That is why we are saying copying a slide. There is a time when I will say copying text on a slide. Those are two different things. I hope, Ben, I have clarified that. So is that okay? Okay. Now we move to the next. There was a question. What is the difference between copying a slide and moving a slide? Okay. What is the difference? We have finished these. Now, next is moving a slide. Can someone tell us what they think moving a slide is? Yes, Mercy. Yes, Mercy.
Moving a slide is like you want to lift all of it from that position to a new position.
Aha, thank you. I'm not even going to add. Please give flowers to Mercy. Moving a slide is you shifting the slide from one position to another position. Let me give you an example. You are in an assembly hall. You came early. You sat on a chair and they asked you, please, can you move away from this seat because someone is supposed to be sitting in that area? So you physically move away from that chair and you go and find another chair. Likewise, when we are moving a slide, we are permanently shifting the slide from one area to the other. Mercy, your hand is up. Okay, you forgot the hand up. Ah, okay. Okay, you've given too many flowers to Mercy. Thank you. So, but let me be specific and say that when we are moving a slide, we are rearranging slides. The moment we are moving a slide from one area to another, we are trying to rearrange the slides in our presentation. That is the actual aim of moving slides. We don't move slides because we want to move them. No, we move slides because I can start by creating slides in any order. And then after, the way the points come into my head, I just create slides in that way. Actually, there is no definite way of creating a presentation. You can start with the points that you have at any one time. And then afterwards, you come back and then you rearrange the slide. So when we rearrange the slides, we are trying to move slides from one area to the other. And we are saying, what steps do we follow? Like in copying, we have to first select the slide that we want to move. Then we shall use the same options. I have again brought 3, but this time there are changes. The other time where there was Ctrl+C for copying, this time I've put Ctrl+X for cutting. The other time where we said select the copy button, this time I've said select the cut button, but the rest stays the same. Cut button in the clipboard group on the home tab. And then this one also, we right click and select cut, not copy, because we are moving a slide. And we are going to do it practically. And then the positioning, same thing. What changes is only this keyboard shortcut, Ctrl+V. So the Ctrl+V will change. The other time it will, no, sorry, it's the same. It's the same. Sorry. This one is the same. These steps remain the same. Ctrl+V for pasting, the paste command the same, and then position where you want to paste, and then actually paste. Why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? We have 2 slides that are similar. Slide 22 is copying a slide. Slide 23 is also copying a slide. Now, let me just do some small adjustment to this slide. And I say copying content on a slide. I have changed
Miss Angela,
therefore, I want to move it. Yes, sister.
there is a question. What?
Okay, let me go to the chat.
Yeah.
Sir, is moving same as dragging? Yes. Yes. That is true. Okay. Any other question? I don't see the question. We are going to do it. You will see it. So I have changed this heading for the slide, and I want to put it elsewhere because this slide was saying copying a slide, but now this title here is saying copying content. Therefore, what are we going to do? We want to move a slide. These keyboard shortcuts, please try to find time and practice them. So we start by selecting the slide we are interested in moving. I right click and then I say cut. What has happened? Can you tell me what has happened, members? What has happened? Aha, thank you. The slide has disappeared. Where the slide disappeared to? Yes?
I don't know.
Christine, where the slide disappeared?
Clipboard.
Exactly. Members, anything that we copy and cut goes to the clipboard. Everything we copy and cut goes to the clipboard. Anything that we paste comes from the clipboard. So we said we position the cursor where we want to paste the slide. Now, I will have to first find out where do I want to put this slide. Okay, I want to put it between slide 24 and slide 25. So I click here. And this time, I am going to use this option. Click the paste button in the clipboard group. So I want the slide to appear here, and then I click on the paste button. I have rearranged the slides. I have rearranged the slide. So you can see this one is copying a slide. This one is saying moving a slide. This one is saying deleting a slide. This one is saying copying content on a slide. And then this one is saying inserting footers on slides. I have rearranged the presentation. So when we move, we are trying to rearrange our presentation the way we want it to appear. Okay, someone was asking, dragging. Let me drag. I have picked this slide 23. Let me drag it upwards. Are you seeing what is happening? I've dropped it there. So when you look at this slide, there is activity there. Now there are instructions here. Now there is an activity there. That is a disorganized, this is disorganized work. Because I've dragged. So when we drag, we are actually moving the slide thumbnail. Now, I've been doing this in this slide pane, but let us go to the slide sorter view. Let us go to the slide sorter view. So,
This one, yeah, there is a hand.
okay. Eunice, unmute.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Are those numbers permanent on the slides or that they vary?
Which
Do
numbers?
they vary? Like
These
those slide
these ones-
numbers you're saying 21, 22?
Okay, now those numbers they are not permanent. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Those numbers are there to show you that you are on slide number X. But when you move a slide, the numbering changes depending on the position where you've placed the slide. They are not permanent.
Oh, okay.
We are going to see all these things. So now I was saying we have been using the slide pen to do this work. But now let us go to the slide sorter view and see how we can also do the same thing in the slide sorter view. So I have to go to the view tab on the menu. I have to go to the view tab. Are you seeing where my view tab is? So I click the view tab. I click the view tab. I click the view tab. Are we seeing where slide sorter is? Members, are we seeing where slide sorter is?
Yes. Yes.
In which group? In which group is slide sorter?
Presentation views.
Presentation
views.
Aha. So
Yes,
slide
sir.
sorter is in presentation views. So I click on now. That is the arrangement of slides in the slide sorter view. That is the arrangement of slides. So slide sorter view shows you all the slides in a miniature view. Miniature means in a small way, in a small compact way, in column form. I hope you can see this is one row and this is a column. So the slide sorter view is arranging my slides in columns and in rows. Those of you who have done spreadsheets, you know what a column is. A column runs horizontally. Sorry, a column runs vertically, and then a row runs horizontally. Let me go back to where we were. Here we are. Here we are. Where were we? Where were we? I have moved this slide. You can see this slide is in between activity slides. Now I'm going to move it. So how do I move it? I grab it. What do I mean by grabbing it? Get hold of your left mouse button. Hold your left mouse button down. and then start moving it. I hope you're seeing what is happening. As I'm moving it, it is displacing slides. As I'm moving it, it is displacing slides. And you can only achieve to do this when you've held the left mouse button firmly. One thing that you should try to make sure as you are using a computer is the mouse should not control you. You are supposed to control the mouse. So when I reach where I want to drop it, I release it. Let me also do the copy. I right click, I copy, I come and click where I want to move it, and then I right click and I paste. No, it has been copied there. There's an extra copy. The same thing I can do. I can right click. I want to move it. I cut. I right click. I paste. I have moved it. So this is in slide sorter view. There are many activities we shall come back and do under slide sorter view. One of the activities, actually, when you are asked, what is the purpose of the slide sorter view? This is one of the purposes of the slide sorter view. Copy and move slides. Rearrange slides. Okay, let us proceed. Let me go back to our normal view. We want to delete a slide. We want to delete a slide. By the time we select that we want to delete a slide, that means we are not interested in the contents of that slide. We want to permanently get rid of that slide in our presentation. So, what shall we do? We select the slide that we want to delete. You press the backspace key, or you press the delete key. We know from our theory that those two keys help us to get rid of what we don't want in text, in spreadsheets. So you don't want to see an item. So you have to select the item, get rid of it. So the backspace key, the delete key will allow us to delete the slide once we have finished using the slide, or once we don't need the slide. Or we shall right click on that particular slide and we select delete the slide. So that is what we are going to do now. I have two copies of moving a slide. I have two copies of moving a slide. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? One is here, another one is here. So if I'm not interested in the slide, I've started by pressing the delete key, much as you're not seeing my keyboard, but I'm pressing the delete key now. So the slide has been deleted. I'm undoing. What is the shortcut key for undoing? Ctrl Z. Thank you. Ctrl Z. My slide is back. My slide is back. This time I'm pressing the delete key. The slide has been deleted. The slide has been gotten rid of in my presentation. Let me undo once again. And then we do the third option. Right click and select delete slide. So did I undo? Oh, I did not. Did you see me undo? So I right click and then select delete slide. So that is how we get rid of slides that we don't need in our presentations. Okay.
Miss Angela,
Sister.
there is a question.
Okay. Someone is asking, sir, how about if I'm using a laptop? How do I drag a slide? Vivian, unmute. Vivian, unmute, because I want to ask a few questions. Vivian, unmute. Now, I don't know how many Vivians we have. But this is not Janet Vivian, this is Vivian. Vivian, yes, you want to use a laptop. A laptop with a mouse, a laptop without a mouse attached. I need to understand.
Teacher, Control plus Z is for what?
Control plus?
Z.
Control plus Z is for undoing. Control plus V is for pasting. Okay, without the mouse. Okay, without the mouse, you have what we call a touchpad. You have what we
Miss Angela.
His network as well.
Miss Angela. Hello. Miss Angela, we are not getting you. Hey.
I accidentally touched something here and my my phone went off. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm back. Okay. Now. Oh, I don't know that Stephen is on. Stephen, are you on? Stephen. Stephen.
Yes, Mr. Charles.
Can you give me host rights, please?
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, members, but I'm back. Okay. Now, where was I? Okay, I was talking about the touchpad. One button is the left mouse button, and another button is the right mouse button. Now, you must know how to use your touchpad when you want to do a number of activities. Now, you cannot see me using the touchpad, but believe that you're using the touchpad and follow my instructions. How do I select a slide when I'm using a touchpad? Now, you see my mouse button is moving because I'm sliding my finger on the touchpad surface. When I get to a slide, when I point in a slide, I can press the left mouse button, the left button on the touchpad.
Miss Angela.
Sister,
Yes, please.
first take over for some minutes. I have
Okay,
to
please.
check my connectivity here. Take over for some minutes as I come back.
Look for my work. Okay, please. Hello, members. Mr. Kaziba. Hello, Mr. Kaziba.
Yes, please.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, please. Okay, now let me look for the slide where it was. So briefly, hello members.
Hello.
Oh yes, please.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
Hello, teacher.
Yes. Oh, so
Hello.
so the teacher was dealing. Who can remind me where he stopped?
May I tell you, please?
Yes, please.
The teacher was teaching us how to use a touchpad.
Yes.
While dragging a slide or
yes.
While dragging a slide.
Yes.
He was teaching us how to use a touchpad.
A touchpad.
Yes.
So I'd like to inquire, had you understood that? Such that I continue with something different?
Not yet. He was telling us how to use the left.
The left. The left.
The left.
Remember, some people. Please, some people are muted. Please unmute.
Yes.
Yes, ITEL has raised up the hand. What is the issue? ITEL, what is the question? Please, ITEL, what is your question? ITEL, please, members, mute. Mr. Kaziba. Hello? Mr. Kaziba. Okay, members, he was talking of the touchpad. And he was saying that when you're using
Hello,
the
sister.
touchpad, yes, please, Mr. Kaziba. Please help me unmute those people. Please mute the people because there is some background noise.
Okay, sister. Okay, sister.
Yes.
Let me mute everyone now. Sister, you can continue. Sister, unmute and you continue.
So remember, the teacher was talking of the touchpad, and he was saying that you can use the touchpad. We have, just like we have a mouse that is not attached to the computer, like the touchpad mouse. You can, when you want to copy, you can right click. Let's assume I want to copy this area here. I can place the right button of my touchpad. Members, are you getting me? Mr. Kaziba, are you getting me? So I can highlight the document or what I want to copy. Then I write touchpad mouse. And when I options of cutting, I can choose any option I want. If I want to cut, I can just click on cut, and then the content is gone. Then that content is kept in the clipboard, just like he said. If, let me say, I want to paste that work in another slide or somewhere else, let's assume I want to copy it from up there and paste it down here. I can bring my cursor. Then I place my cursor here. I again right click and come and choose the paste option. Then I have pasted what I've copied using my touchpad mouse. And so I don't know whether there is any other question on copying and pasting. If not, maybe I think we can continue. Do you have any hand concerning copying and pasting?
You can raise up the hand. Sister, I'm not seeing anyone raising up the hand.
Okay, please. Hopefully they have understood. So if I've copied here, if I want to copy and paste it on another slide, I can say, like he said, that if I've selected a slide where my cursor is here, I may choose to put a new slide. When I put a new slide, it is there. I can place enter, put a new slide. Then I can still paste the work I put here. Come and paste it here on this slide by pressing Ctrl+V, because I have already copied the work. I can still go ahead and press Ctrl and V. I'm still pasting the work. Any question on that? Any question on that?
Sister?
Yes, please.
I am back.
Okay, please welcome back.
Thank you. You can let me share.
Yeah, okay, please. We're still on copying and pasting, so you can continue from where you stopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sister was trying to show you how to copy and paste onto a slide, content onto a slide. I was still trying to explain how you can use your touchpad, and I was saying the left button is equivalent to the left mouse button. The right button is equivalent to the right mouse button. So depending on what you want to do, for example, you can see I've clicked there. Now, if I want to highlight, I first hold down my left button, and then I start just rolling on the touchpad. You cannot see me, but this is what I'm doing. I have held down the left mouse button and I'm rolling my fingers on the surface of the touchpad. So that is how you highlight. Now, if I want to right click, I just press the right button on the touchpad. If I want to select cut, I have to roll onto, I have to touch the surface of the touchpad, and to select cut, I have to press the left button. And I hope you can see the text has gone because I've cut it. If I want to paste in that same position, I press the left, I touch the button to the right of the touchpad. And then I slide my fingers on the surface of the touchpad until when I get to paste. And then I touch the left button of the touchpad. And then work is pasted. So it is just a skill that you have to build into yourself of how to start using the touchpad when you don't have a mouse. But understand that the left button on the touchpad is equivalent to the left mouse button. The right button on the touchpad is equivalent to the right mouse button. And then to select anything, you have to hold the button, the left button, as you are sliding your finger over the surface of the touchpad. You will have to make sure that you try it out on your own at any one time. With constant trials, you will get that. So if I found sister helping you out in copying content from one slide to another slide, I'm not going to repeat that, but you have to make sure that you change your work. Copying content produces a duplicate copy of text, a duplicate copy of an image, a duplicate copy of a link from one slide to another, from one area of the slide to another area of the slide. So there is a difference between copying content on a slide and there's a difference between copying a slide. Those two differences you must get. Now, let us move to inserting footers on slides. Let us go to inserting footers on slides. And we are saying that a footer is text that will appear at the bottom of each slide. Not only at the bottom of a slide, but at the bottom of a notes page and a handouts page. At this moment, I'm not going to talk about a notes page and a handout page. We shall talk about a notes page and a handout page when we are dealing with printing or producing output from a presentation. But I will not stop at showing you where a notes page is found, because you need to know where a notes page is found. So these are the instructions when you want to add a header and a footer. but we are going to start with the footer first so that you understand how to insert a footer properly. And then later on, we shall progress to the header. So, first and foremost, I want you to look at this presentation at the bottom here. I need to change this color. And then I want you to look at this section here. This section here is the footer. Whatever you're seeing there is the footer. Text appearing at the bottom of each slide. Let me move away from this slide. Go to another slide. The text is there. I go to another slide. The text is there. I go to another slide. The text is there. So please, when you're asked what a footer is, and you don't mention at the bottom of each slide, then you're not describing a footer. Likewise, if it is in Microsoft Word, at the bottom of each page, you're not describing a footer. Now, where is the notes page? Where is the notes page? I want you to be observant. I am going to drag something. I'm going to drag. I'm at the bottom here. And I'll position my pointer there. And I am dragging upwards. I am enlarging the space where I want to add notes. This is the notes page. And type anything here. If I'm presenting, what do we use the notes page for? When we are presenting, we remind ourselves. Tell the listeners that in a footer, we can add a page number, presenter's name, and date stroke time. So if I'm presenting and I'm in a certain mode, this information will come and I will see it as the presenter. But you who I'm presenting to, you will not see that text. So we have to switch. We have what we call the presenter view, where the presenter is seeing the notes page together with the slides he's presenting to you. So in such a mode, that is where this text appears. So whenever you're asked, add this text in a notes page, please try to enlarge this section. Sometimes it is always hidden down here. You saw me looking for it. So try to enlarge that section, type in whatever you want to type in, and then take it back so that you've done with what you're supposed to add to that side. So a notes page, in the notes page, we add reminders on what we want in our presentation. So let us continue. How do we insert footers? We are saying we go to the insert menu. The insert menu is here. We have the insert tab here. We click on it. And then under the group of text, I want you to understand that these are groups. These are groups. So when someone says under the groups, under the group illustration, just look through this ribbon here. Just look through this ribbon. Find out where is illustration. It is here. Where is links? It is here. We shall use all these things. Where is symbols? It is here. Where is media? It is here. So I'm saying under the group for text, we have header and footer. So we select header and footer, and then a dialog box appears. Why do we call it a dialog box? Because we are talking to the computer. We dialogue with the computer, we talk to the computer. That is why we call it a dialog box. Yes, Justin. Justin, your hand is up. Justin, unmute. Oh. Sister, is Justin failing to unmute?
As if, it's like she was muted. Justin, she's raising the hand. Let me see.
Oh, did you stop them from unmuting?
Yeah, miss.
Okay. Justin, unmute.
Yeah,
she's,
sir,
I think she's okay.
I was left me behind. I'm not getting how this table came up.
Which table?
This one, the one that has no.
Okay, this one that you're seeing. Okay, I've put it off. Okay. I'm seeing 2 hands up. I'm seeing 2 hands up. One is Justin, another is Sanyu. I've got what Justin. Okay, yes, Sanyu.
I'm trying to ask how you manage to enlarge the slide, the inserting footer page. How you enlarged it, yes.
How I enlarged it.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want you to be very keen. I want you to be very keen. Let me first remove this text that I typed.
So,
there you are. Are you seeing what is at the bottom of your slide? There is something that says click to add notes. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Now, there is a line that separates the slide from the notes.
Yes.
Are you seeing this line?
Yes, teacher.
That is where I position my pointer, and it changes into 2 arrowheads, and then I drag up. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now let me first clear this drawing because it is affecting me. So when I position my pointer there, are you seeing that?
Yes, teacher.
Now you have to hold the left mouse and then you drag up. Is that okay?
Yes, the left, right?
Yes, you hold the left mouse button and you drag.
Okay.
When you have enough space, then you type whatever you want to type in the speaker notes. There was a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Is the notes page the same as the part of for speaker note? Exactly. Because we are just using it, we are calling it the notes page, but it is the speaker notes. Those are what we call the speaker's notes. So the speaker's notes are put in the notes page. Okay, let us continue. Now, we were at the level of inserting footers on slides. So we said you can go to the insert menu. The insert menu is here. Someone was asking about the insert menu. The insert menu is here. The insert menu is there. The insert menu is there. I click on the insert menu. But I don't want you to use that word menu. I want you to get used to the word tab. Each of these is called a tab. A tab, design tab, transition tab, animation tab, slideshow tab, review tab. I don't want to use the word menu. Let us use the actual terms that they are using today. Even in the textbooks, you're going to find tab, tab, tab. Although the word is used interchangeably, menu and tab, they are used interchangeably. So I'm going to the insert tab. Under the insert tab, I have a number of commands. These are commands. These are commands. And these commands are in buttons. Each of these is a button. Each of these is a button. So we have to look for header and footer button. because that is the one that is going to allow us to insert a footer. So here we go. I click on it, the dialog box appears. And then the dialog box has a header and footer. The title of the dialog box is header and footer. Now, you must know where to insert a header and where to insert a footer. They don't reside in the same area.
Excuse me, sir.
A footer is the one that appears at the bottom of each slide. A footer is the one that appears at the bottom of each notes page, at the bottom of each handout page. That is a footer. And that is what we are going to start with. So, for example, on this slide, where I am, there is a date here. There is a class. There is a slide number. So this one is the slide number. This one is the class that we are taking now. This one is the date. Now, I start with the date. If you are going to insert the date, the section is here. That is for the date. Let me change the color. If we are going to insert a slide number, the section is here. The slide number is here. If we are going to add text as a footer, this text is here, and you can see where it was typed. So let me get rid of everything. Let me get rid of everything. So I remove this, and we start afresh. I remove that, I remove that, I remove that, I remove that. Because this document already had them. As of now, you are noticing that they are off. So let us put them back. Now, if I go to another slide, are you seeing them? They are nowhere to be seen. Okay, Brenda, I can see your hand is up.
Sir?
Yes, please.
I'm not seeing you on screen.
You're not seeing?
I'm not seeing you.
Are you seeing the screen?
No, I'm only seeing the participants.
Hey, now. Okay, let me first unshare. And then do that. And then share again. Okay, let me share the full window. Brenda, are you seeing now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can go. So we are adding our header and footer. So we'll go back there. Now, if a question says add an automatic date, that means you come here on a date and time, and then you activate. Now, this one will stand for an automatic date. That means if I'm presenting today, this is the date will appear. If I'm presenting tomorrow, This is the date that will be, the date that will be there will be reading Friday, September 10th. That is an automatic date. And this automatic date is picked from your system, computer system. If they say, we want a fixed date, then you come here and select fixed, and you type the fixed date you've been asked. For example, if I'm going to present this on Monday, I'll come and type Monday. Monday will be which day? Which date? Monday will be which date?
13th. Yes.
That okay? So if they ask for a specific date, then you have to enter it under fixed. If they ask for an automatic date, then that is when you come here. I hope we are getting the difference between those two.
Yes.
Now I want you to look at this section for preview here. Do you see that this part has been marked black?
Yes.
Let me clear. Now that automatically means that one thing has entered, a date has been entered. Now if they say add a slide number, you also come slide number. Are you seeing here in the preview, there is a black spot? The slide number has been added. And then finally, if they say add a footer, usually they ask you to add a footer of your name. They ask you to add your name. I am going to use someone here. Doreen, what is your combination?
Pam.
Come again. Beg your pardon?
Pam. Stroke ICT.
Okay. Pam stroke subsidiary ICT. Many times they ask you to do that. Do you see that these three boxes have now been activated? And then,
yes,
if you say apply, it will only be applied to this slide where I am.
Yes.
But since we want the footer on all, we have to say apply to all. Has my footer come?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Let me expand so that we can clearly see the footer. The footer is there. And that is how we insert footers in our slides. There is something I have to mention here. There is this option here. Don't show on title slide. Majority of the times, footers are not supposed to show on title slides. So what do we do? Which one is the title slide? Which one is the title slide?
the first one.
The first slide. So the first slide usually doesn't have a footer. We don't add a footer there. So that is how we add footers. And the footers will appear on each slide. So I'm through with that.
Excuse me, teacher.
Okay, yes, please.
So what if you like already pressed apply to all and the footer went to the title slide? How do you like remove it?
Whoa, okay. By the way, it's already on the title slide. Let me show you. It's already on the title slide, I'm sure. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
It's on the title slide. Now let us go there and we select this. And then we say apply. Are you seeing it there?
No.
I go to the second slide. Is the footer there?
Yes.
I go to the third slide. Is the footer there?
Yes. Yes.
That is what you're supposed to do.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, finally, let us look at this last component, which we call the slide master. Let us look at this component called the slide master. In your view, what is the slide master?
Mr. Angela.
Yes, sister.
I request members registering because we are still completing.
Oh,
so
okay,
the link is there.
Okay. We are pausing for a minute. Members, click on that link in the chat and you register. We are pausing for a minute.
For A level.
Click on that link, please. I have resent it. Please click on that link. We register. 1 minute. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. And let me answer these questions. Can you be asked for both dates? Why? Why should someone ask you for both dates? That one is impossible. They will always ask you one of the two dates. What if you want to put a footer only? Yes, if you want to put a footer only, don't activate the date. Don't put a check mark in the date. Don't put a check mark in the slide number. Is the footnote used in PowerPoint? Rarely. Rarely. Actually, no. A footnote is used in Microsoft Word to further explain a particular word in your text. Now here in PowerPoint, we don't really use footnotes because we do the explanation by word of mouth. So we don't need a footnote. Is there a question I've left out? Is there a question? What's the shortcut key for adding a footnote? Who can give us the shortcut key for adding a footnote? Does anyone know the shortcut key for a footnote? Does anyone know the shortcut key for adding a footnote? Oh, does anyone know how we can add the shortcut key for a footnote? It's a problem. I'm sending the link to just one person. Sorry. The link is there. Sorry. The link was going to one person. Sorry. The link is there. It was more moving to one person. Okay. Slide Master. Stephen is telling us a Slide Master is a tool that allows one to edit, format, or do any changes on all slides at once. I like your answer, Stephen. And I don't want to say too many words besides that. When we use a Slide Master, we want to apply uniform formatting on all the slides in a presentation. And we are going to try it out. We are going to try it out slowly and we see how it works. Please, the registration link is there. I've repeated it a number of times. So as we are filling in, let us continue. So, Slide Master is a feature that allows you to specify the key and designs that should appear in every slide. It is a feature. Actually, it is one of those features. Whenever they ask for a feature of presentation software, Slide Master is one of them. So specifies the key formatting styles or designs that should appear in every slide. Now, I want you to look at this slide. I want you to look at this slide. This slide has very many formatting features. Let me even go back to that slide is there. That slide you can see is there. That one is different. That one is different. I want you to observe the headings at the top of these two slides. This heading is a little bit smaller than this heading in font size. So if I want uniformity in my presentation, then I will use what we call a slide master. Therefore, what should we do? I don't need to be on any particular slide, but you must understand that we have different slide layouts. We have different slide layouts in this presentation. For example, this is a title slide. This is text and content. I did not see two text slides. We only have title slide and then text and content. But you can see that the headings, the slide header is not uniform. Now this one is in uppercase. This one is in lowercase. But we want uniformity. We need uniformity. So what are we going to do? Sir, I hope we shall also get the notes. Definitely you will find the notes on the Padlet. And we are going to go through the Padlet every now and then. We have to train on the Padlet. So let me go to the slide master and bring it out. So a slide master is always a template. And that template controls how objects appear. This is one object because it is in a text box. This is also another object because it is surrounded by a text box. So there's an example that has been given there. If you want a picture to appear on every slide, place that picture on a slide master. I'm going to do exactly that so that we all understand what a slide master is in a very quick way. Actually, there are many times when they ask you, please, and then you put a variety of pictures. That is not good. Someone the other time asked, can we add a watermark? We can use a picture as a watermark in our slides. So what do we do when we want to create a slide master? We have to go to the view menu. We have to go to view, the view tab. I have bolded view because I want you to master it. We have to go to the view tab. We have to go to the view tab. Where is the view tab? The view tab is here. And under view tab, we have to look at master views. We have to look at master views. So under the master views, we already have slide master. Now, when you are in slide master, you are not seeing anything to do with the text that you've inserted into your slide. Therefore, we have to know how to work with the slide master. Now, this slide master is for title and content layout. And it tells you it is used by slides 2, 4 to 7, and other slides. Now, this is a section header layout slide master. If I had added the section headers, this is a slide layout for what? So this is a slide layout for comparison layout. So each slide that you have in your presentation, you can format it differently and the way you want. This is a title slide layout, and it has seen that I've used it on slide 1, slide 3, slide 8, slide 21. Is that true? It has said slide 1. Slide 1. Yes. Slide 1 is the title master. It said slide 8. Yes. Slide 8, it is true. It said also slide 21. Yes. Very true. So, do you see how intelligent these programs are? They track what we are doing. Now I'm going to only change work on these title slides, and then we go back in the presentation and see what has happened. So let me highlight this, and then the size, I change the size to, I'm formatting the size to 60. I am changing the color to red. I am bolding it. I am centering it. So those are the options I've done on that title. I will need to change even the font style. Let me change the font style. The font style earlier on was this, Algerian. Let me change it to this one so that you can see a distinctive effect. Then when I'm done, I have to close the slide master. When I'm done, I have to close the slide master. So that is the change I've made on that slide. This,
excuse me.
Yes, please.
I've not seen how you closed the slide master.
I have not yet closed the slide master.
Okay.
Yes, I have not yet closed it. Now I go to this one. This is content. And it is used by many slides from slide 1 up to slide 30. Is that okay? For it, let me only change this heading. Let me only change this heading. This heading, I want it to be Arial black. The size, I want the size to be, we said that these headings should be a little bit different. Let me make it 26. Let me make the heading dark color, that one. I'm bolding it. Anything else I need to do to this heading? Nothing. And then I center it. Let me also format these ones. Let me also format these ones a little bit. No, let me leave these ones. So you can see what I have changed. You can see what I've changed. Now, I want you to notice something. There is this option that has come here, slide master. Are we seeing this? Beside the home, slide master. You have to be very observant with whatever you're doing on your screen. Where has this thing gone? Where has this thing gone? The moment I switched from, the moment I came here, this tab brought itself automatically. So anything to do with closing a slide master, I have to look. And then let me close it now. So I've closed it. Okay. So are you seeing my changes? Are you seeing my changes? They are applied to all the slides. Is that okay? Now my presentation seems to be very big. So they apply to all the slides. Now, I made a change here. Are you seeing that the change wasn't effected? Why do you think the change wasn't effected? It's because I picked the wrong template in the slide master. So when you pick a wrong template in the slide master, the changes are not made. So which template were we supposed to use to change these headings? So there is this. there is that. Which one did I change? So you have to find out which template is the right template for me to touch. Let us touch this one and we see, will there be any change? Let us do something very minor here and we find out the size is what? Let me change the size to 48. Let me change the color to red, like I had done. Let me bold. And then close. Still, it hasn't changed. So you have to find the right template. You have to find the right template. I believe.
So what's it?
Beg your pardon?
What's the template?
Now, I believe this template must have been a blank template. I believe this template must have been a blank template. Let me ask sister. Sister.
Oh, yes.
When
yes,
you are designing
please.
these, when you are designing these title slides, which template, which layout did you use?
The title ones.
Yes.
It was a title slide.
Okay, let us find out whether it is the title slide. I'm there, layout. Yes, it is the title slide. But why isn't our master slide changing? Now, that is where you go and try to figure out which slide is the right slide that you're supposed to be using. Because these templates are too many. At one point in time, you can land on the right template. But at least we have seen how we can change our slide master. This concept of the slide master is too wide. We cannot finish it in one lesson. I was bringing it for this lesson as an introduction. We shall explore slide master in our next lesson when we meet next Thursday. Do we have any question? Do we have any question? Before I can use only 10 minutes to talk about the Padlet. Sister, are you seeing any person with any question?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Mr. Angela.
Yes, sister.
Please, there is Mr. Angela. There
yes,
is
sister.
Okwel is raising the hand.
Okay. Okwel can
There is
ask.
a hand from Okwel.
Yes, let him ask. Let him unmute and ask.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Okwel.
So I wanted to inquire about making the PowerPoint using a phone.
The PowerPoint using a phone?
Yes.
Okay. Now, on your phone, did you download WPS Office?
It's there.
It is there. Okay. I want you to, yes. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, whoever is using a phone, I want you to start WPS Office. Whoever is using a phone, I want you to start WPS Office. And I help you on how to create the slides. Okay, can we continue?
Yes.
Can we continue?
Yes.
Okay. Have you opened WPS Office?
Yes.
What are you seeing? Tell me what you're seeing on your phone.
Wait, it's opening. I have the first part. They are saying
what is am I missing him?
Maybe he's coming.
Okay. Any other person who has a phone can also say something. Any other person who has a phone. And that phone has WPS Office on it. Hello?
Teacher, I'm the one.
Okay. Tell me what you're seeing on your phone. Okay, you've opened WPS Office. On your screen, are you seeing a plus sign? Are you seeing a button with a plus sign in it?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Can you press
Yes.
that button? What do you see?
I see DOC, then PPT.
No.
Then
First read what is at the top.
create new.
What do you want to create? Do you want to create a document that is DOC?
Create new.
Do you want to create a PowerPoint that is PPT? Do you want to create a spreadsheet that is Excel? Yes. Are we together there?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you click on PPT? Because you are dealing with PowerPoint. PPT. What do you get?
Blank.
The first option you're seeing is blank. Is that okay?
Yes.
Can we click on the plus sign in the option blank?
Yes.
What do you see?
Double tap to add title.
I want you to double tap.
Yes.
And type road accident. Double tap and type road accident. Double tap and type road accidents.
We are done.
Okay. Is that okay? I want you to make sure that you're moving the keypad away. Move the keypad away. Finished?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you seeing that road accidents is appearing at the top and road accidents is also appearing at the bottom? As slide number 1. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Now I want you to press the plus sign next to the slide that says number 1 with the word road accidents. When you press the plus sign, what happens?
WPS Office.
It gives you very many layouts.
Yes.
Yes.
Not so?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now we cannot repeat the title slide. We select from those layouts depending on what layout we need. Is that okay? Now I want you to click on the layout that says title and content. Have you done that?
Yes, teacher.
We click
What
there.
do you have? What do you have?
Double tap to add title.
What else? What else?
Double tap to add text.
Okay, that is how you're going to go on building your presentation on the phone. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
It's okay.
Now, how are you going to save your presentation? I want you to look at the top. There is a word done. Are you seeing the word done?
Yes.
Yeah.
Besides the word done, there is something like a diskette. Are you seeing that small symbol there?
Yes.
Yes.
That symbol is the one for saving. Can you press it? Does it tell you save?
Yes.
Yes.
Then it gives you your file name because we typed road accidents WPS Office. Is that okay?
Yes.
And then it says in the other section, it says PPTX, that is power. If you want to make changes, remove that text and put in your text that you want. And then finally you say save. Now, when you say save, you will see your presentation being saved. And it is going to ask you It is going to ask you where you want to put your presentation. Is it asking you? Or it is not asking you anything? Now, you must, where you've saved your presentation, now there is a word that is saying done. Are you seeing that word?
Yes. Yes.
I want you to click on that word done. And then you'll see you have 2 slides in your presentation. When do we click on done? When we have completed putting all the slides that we need in our presentation. That is when we click on done.
Yes.
And then when you're tired of using it, there is the X for closing. If you want to edit your work, there is edit. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Now, I want you to proceed from there on your own. I want you to proceed from there on your own. And then you present your presentations so that I can see what you've created as a result of that small interaction that we have had today. And when I see your presentation, you actually mentioned that this is a presentation I made using WPS Office. And then I'll be able to judge and then correct you the next time where you might have gone wrong, or what we need to do.
Yes, Angela, I've seen a hand up.
Yes. Okay. Who was that?
From someone either taking or something.
Now, sometimes there are very many technos. Now I'm not seeing the hand. Let me briefly talk about the Padlet. We have gone way beyond our time. Let me talk about the Padlet. No, this is not what I want. Where is this screen for the Padlet? I want to talk about the Padlet. Okay. Are we seeing my screen?
Yes, teacher.
A screen?
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay. Now, to go to the Padlet, you will open your browser. I think many of us are used to the browser. Then you type padlet.com.
Teacher, I'm not seeing your screen.
Wait. Someone has taken away my screen. Okay. Are we seeing the screen now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You will have to go and type padlet.com. Is that okay? Padlet.com. You press the enter key. The first thing you have to do is please sign in. Sign in. Log in. Log in. Are we seeing this option for login?
Yes.
Click on login. You're going to log in using your Gmail account. So let us say login with Google. Choose an account you want to use with your Padlet. So for me, I'm going to choose this account of all the accounts I have. I'm choosing that account. After choosing that account, I have to sign in using my password. I have to sign in using my password. And then the moment I finish signing in, it will take me to my Padlet. So it takes me to the Padlet. So it will associate your account with the Padlet. Now, I'm in the Padlet. Now, one thing that you have to do, you will have to join the Padlet for Senior 6. So you will click here, join Padlet, copy the link that was given to you. Copy the link that was given to you in your group and come and paste it here. And if I have not forgotten, the link was starting with HTTPS, Padlet, holistic, up to the end. You know that link. Is that okay? I am not going to complete that link, but let me quickly go to the Padlet itself. Let me go to your Padlet. Let me go to your Padlet. Now, there are two Padlets you must know. Are we seeing that Padlet? Are we seeing that Padlet?
Yes, teacher.
This Padlet is where we shall send communication to you. As soon as I finish this lesson, I'm putting the notes here. I'm going to add the notes here, and you will find them there. These notes that we have just done, you will find them here. So if you want to download these notes, what are you going to do? You will come on these three dots. You click on the three dots, and then, no, wait. You will just come to this. No, you don't. You are going to come and click here. Sorry, I was talking about something else. You will click on the notes, on the figure that shows the notes, and then you will say download. And the notes will download as you're seeing them here. They will download to your device, whether it is a phone, whether it is a laptop. So that is downloading. Here, we don't expect you to enter anything in this section. If you want to hand in your work, please go to this column of hand in Padlet. Is that okay? And you will come and click on this image to hand in your work. That image will open another Padlet. It will open another tab with another Padlet where you submit your work. And I think you can now see where you've submitted your work. So you can see this person submitted his work. Mwijuche has submitted his work. Stephen submitted his work. Very many people submitted their work. So if you want to submit your work, what do? You click on this plus sign. Because you're submitting work as a post. So you click on the plus sign. And then you select file. Upload here. But you first have to put the subject. My assignment. My COVID assignment. My COVID assignment. Then you come and click on this button, the first button that allows you to upload your work. Scroll through. Look for where your work is, like that. Let me select that one. Oh, let me select this one. And then I say open, because it is smaller. It will upload very fast. And when it finishes uploading, you click on publish. And your work will be received. You can see because I signed in, my name has been put here. Because I signed in. But if you don't sign in, what shall we have? What shall we shall have posts like this, anonymous. Anonymous. What will that mean? That will mean under the subject, you'll have to put your name. So I want you to remember that always first log in before you submit your work. We shall interact more and more. Actually, I'm developing a small manual for you people to use. And when it is ready, I'll drop it in your groups so that you can have a copy of what you can read on a daily basis if you want to submit. There will be a section for submitting work. There will be a section for logging in. There will be a section for joining a Padlet. So when you download that small document, keep it, because we are using technology and technology doesn't cease to end. I think that is where I want to stop for today. And I'm going to request a volunteer to lead us in prayer. A volunteer to lead us in a closing prayer. A volunteer to lead us in a closing prayer. Yes, Marcel.
Let's pray. Father God, we want to thank you for this day. I want to thank you for the gift of life you've given us. I want to thank you for our teachers for sparing their time to come and teach us. I want to pray, King of Glory, that whatever they have taught may find a place in our brains and understand, and we don't forget whatever we have learned today. We pray that people join in and understand each and everything we learn, so that we don't forget it even it comes in our exams. Bless each and everyone who has attended, give them wisdom, and bless also the teachers who have spared their time. All this I pray, believing and trusting in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mercy.
Someone asked for the link to the Padlet. I am putting the link for the Padlet. That one where you submit your homework, the link is there. I've put it in the chat. Okay.